Hi, I'm Patrick Reid from the Adams Principle. Some big things I want to talk about today with a whole bunch of slides. First of all, bonds flagging some risk off. Certainly dollar EM spiking, concurring this picture. The global PMIs, which is the first slide, really are showing all is not well. Okay, so green shoots in Europe and China have been sprayed by the harsh realities of data. So just take a look at the Eurozone and Japan, both sub 50. China kind of flirting around 50. And potentially the most worrying thing for me is the good old US of A. Take a look at 2018. This is certainly a case of the trend is not your friend. Next slide. Okay, so Dr. Copper actually probably needs to make an appointment himself. All is not well, along with oil. This is pretty high beta correlation with the S&P. And this kind of backs up the PMIs. You know, the data just, it's just not looking great really for risk bulls. Next slide. This is interesting. This is the central bank net sales of CNY in dollars per billion a month. Proxy for capital flows have been negative on balance since the second half of last year. This, bottom line, this looks quite contained. And as long as dollar CNH remains below 7, I don't see this changing much. So that brings us very nicely onto dollar CNH. Again, you see there, we are capping 7. So we like to look at dollar CNH and for a number of reasons. For a dollar reason, if it cracks 7, you probably get a risk-off dollar tear higher, a spike higher. Also for risk reasons, if we do remain below 7, outflows won't happen. So it will kind of mute dollar on the upside. It also mute risk. It will kind of keep things contained somewhat. But our eyes, I've always got an eye on this pair. It's a very important pair, and obviously it's highly correlated with the PBOC. So, and their actions. So the final slide I just want to talk about is our old friend, dollar yen. This is quite complicated, not as complicated as euro dollar. There's less moving parts. However, you've got 10-year yields correlation, you've got stocks, i.e. S&P correlation, you've got risk plays, you've got, of course, dollar plays, and finally, you've got yen plays. So this is interesting because last week, this actually moved the crosses, in my opinion. And if this comes off a bit more, you look at 108.40, if it touches there and then, goes below, we could get a bit lower to the crash flash some time ago. So, just keep this on the radar for a broad risk and dollar picture. But until then, I don't see anything drastic happening until the G20 meeting and with the hopes of a deal on the tariffs. So that's about it from me. My name's Patrick Reid from the Adams Principle, and I hope these slides have been valuable. Trade safe and watch that risk. Thank you.